On the spot news media, we got the latest news. We don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype, we make it take flight.
Yeah, man, my viewers and subscribers, what go on. A blessed and wonderful Thursday evening to each and every person out there tuning into On The Spot News Media. Now, my peeps, I don't know how we do it over on this side. So I have a story to share with you, the regular members of Chan Public and also members of the diaspora. So please like the video, share the video, watch the entire vlog, and please drop some comments in the comment section as it relates to what this young lady has to say. Now, I'm going to play a voice note sent to On The Spot News Media by this young lady who states that the father of her child, who is a serving member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, allegedly do some things to the pitney that is very much unbecoming of a father. She's stating that the police, doctors, lawyers, and the justice system colluded together against her. But after listening to the voice clip, I have some questions. So it is in my intention to do a part 2 and actually do an interview of the female. But what I want you to do is to listen to what she's saying and drop some comments in the court of public opinion in the comment section, because I really want to see if some of you are sharing the same sentiments as I am about the story that she told. So my peeps, give her story a listening ear and tell me what you think about it at the end of our story in the comment section.
On the 9th of September, my child father, who is a police officer, requested to have the baby on that day. I dropped off the baby at the daycare. He picks up the baby from the daycare. During the course of the day, he texted me and told me that he had an emergency, and so therefore he dropped off the baby at the daycare. So when I left work in the evening, I went and I picked up the baby from the daycare. While I was at home with the baby, I checked the baby, and then I realized that her bowel is loose. And when I looked on the inside, just so gently ease back the anus a bit, it was so loose and free. There's a big patch of redness and bruises, and on the top of the baby anus, between the grids, there are a lot of bruises there. And I checked the baby vagina, and there's a fresh bruise almost to the entrance of the cavity to the vagina. So during then, boy, I didn't know about me just fried me from catching up. A piece of fear come over me. I jump off of the bed, left the baby on the bed and run out and call his supervisor that's in the grill. I couldn't wait for she pick up the phone, I tell you. And I tell her, wow, may I see with the baby? And she asked me if I say yes. And she said, if you carry the baby to Savannah Hospital, so then can have her swab and check. And so I start pack up and head on over Savannah Hospital. Anxious, I couldn't wait to see doctor. The first doctor I saw was Dr. Riley. And I handed her the baby passport. And the name on it resonate back to her because I lost my son on the 20th of March over there. So she asked me if I'm the lady that was there. I said yes. And from there, her attitude changed. Her physical, everything just changed about her. She requested me to hold the baby for her, and on her side, I did just that. And she checked the baby, and she saw that just at the outside in between it, she saw the bruises. So I said, okay, let me place her on her back so you can see on the inside. So there and then she just get irritated and just kissed her teeth and step out. I don't know for what reason. So while I was there with the baby, like over 15 minutes, we waited for her to come back. And then she came back and she asked me, questioned me, have you reached out to the police? I said yes. And she asked me if I reach out to any CD officer. I said yes, I reached out to the CD officer that is overseeing us, which is Miss Cunningham. So then we went back to the waiting area. She requested, and then I was sent to do an X-ray on the child. And then another doctor came. That's Dr. Dolly. She taking us to the respiratory area where she further questioned me about the child, etc. And then she proceeded to check the baby. She asked me to assist her to hold the baby because the baby was really fussy and all that. So she asked me to hold the baby for her. So I placed the baby on her back and I hold her feet. And just exactly what I did at home, gently peace back the anus. The anus was open like a flower. And she was there looking in, oh Lord, she was looking, you know, at the bruises and all that. And she checked the private as well. Then she asked me if I called the father. I said no. And she's saying that more than likely they will talk. So I asked her if she's a police officer and I'm a doctor. Would you come and tell me that you have done this to your child? And then she put her hand on her head and shake her head. Okay, so then she said she's going to forward the reports to Dr. Ludwig Morris. He is the head of the pediatric department by the Sablamar Hospital. So we went back to the waiting area because there wasn't any bed ready on the pediatric ward to admit the baby. And then Dr. Daly came and then we went to the pediatric ward to admit the baby there. While we was going to the pediatric ward, I asked her, what's the overall review and report? Based on everything. She said, yes, she has seen the redness and fissures, but she cannot determine what really causes it. And in the morning, a report will be ready. So I said, okay. So in the morning when I went to visit the baby in the pediatric ward. Then I saw Dr. Dolly. I asked her about the report. And she's saying that, well, since I'm the one who have taken the baby there, the CD officers are the one more than likely to get a report. And if I want a report, I must go report it to the police so they can come and get a report. Right. So I left and I went to the CD officer because I was reaching out to her through WhatsApp because work hours for them, they won't be accessible to phone. So I texted her on WhatsApp. So I went to the office early in the morning as I left the hospital. So I went there and I told her what happened to the child and I explained everything to her in detail. So she's saying that the report is ready, but me and the father have to be there for the report to be read. So I said, okay. So she contacted the father and I went back to the hospital to wait for the meeting. So while I was waiting and the father came and they organized a space for to conduct the meeting. While in the meeting you have two CD officers, few hospital personnel and Dr. Ludwig Morris couldn't be he wasn't available to keep the meeting, so instead you have Dr. Kerrian Barrett that takes over for him. So she's the one that conducted the meeting. Dr. Karen Barrett is the pediatrician to the father, right? So the father I've taken the baby to Royal Hospital, and she is a pediatric doctor that sees and cares for the child there. So, Dr. Karen Barrett and Leon Chris, that's the police officer, they know each other. When the medication came back to me, that's her name on it. I looked her up on Facebook and she's this exact same person. So they are no strangers to each other. So Dr. Karen Barrett proceeded to read the report. And I was anxiously awaiting. Everybody sits and trust me. When she started to read that about Dr. Riley, her report, she said that my heart she said that Dr. Riley said that I am the one. Can you imagine force open the 9-month-old baby bottom, which is my baby, my precious baby. Say me force open the baby bottom, and in result of that, the baby bottom tore from top to bottom, left to right. How is that possible, guys? So perfect. Anyway, she proceeded to say other things, like she was gonna. I don't like she was gonna say like I'm what's say like I'm dim and unfit, something like that. It's all cook up. So, me tell her say, me ask her to repeat what she said one more time because me I wonder if me I hear right. Because and that me supposed to hear. Me supposed to hear what transpired when they check the baby and all. That me not supposed to come and hear about me do. Me can hear me. Can you? How me fi hear baby go hospital front and one doctor, knowing that then can call police and see the officer on me. Me baby, me fi force open the baby bottom, and then I say the father do it, and me want baby fi get swab and check. Is come on, like seriously, doctors, really? I lost my son on the 20th of March because of neglection and Dr. Chisholm. When the our doctor told her not to give the baby a yellow fluid that's in 2 grab jar, she angrily said, "Look at him, see him dehydrated out." And the doctor said it to her one more time, "Don't give the child that. Put the child back on the drip." And she never listened. She didn't even want me in a doctor office. When me a question her why she go shave the baby in and stuff, what the razors for. She told the doctor to tell me to get out. I left because I want them to care for me. I want them to attend to the baby. After waiting for so long. From in the night to the next morning 8:37. So because of all that now, they lied on me. They say about me run out of what? Me say me remove chip from my son and then take the other baby because I have twin boy and girl. And I take the other baby and I run out of the hospital. That will be early morning because the drip was administered to the baby by a doctor, the church doctor. We didn't even recommended it in the first place. I went to the pediatric ward because they never recommended my child. My son was constantly thrown up and passing watery stool. I went there to seek assistance because me know say the baby are dehydrated and he need fluid. And then didn't recommend it and they lied about it, said then they recommend it and all them stuff. And the thing about it is that they when they said I run from the they never know say I was documenting everything, and they lied, and because of all them lies they not even know where to write and send to the court office. When I went to Tranquility, they said the same thing. I spoke with Dr. Morris before when I went back over there when my son passed away. He said he didn't know nothing about that. I recorded him and he not even know about it. I posted on my media. So because all them things here were happening in the past over there, they now decided to side with the police because they know that I have nothing to do with this. Them know say the police at fault, and because I did not agree to call him and talk over things, Lord, then take it and dash in my face. As some know say I went there and they take my card and they played me because of what had happened. So them take up for the police because we're currently in the court, and this and the the case for pertaining with my son is not over yet, so him no have no ill feeling about them, and they don't have any ill feeling for him. So because he is a failure, him a police, and they don't want to let down that the wholeness, them just rather say, listen, no, we know see this happen, but hey, we just go say she do this. Like really, I saw load and stoop. I have all the evidence on my phone, whatever they did. They said they never gave my son nothing. Access was difficult, as according to Dr. Morris. And as you can see, I posted it and it was removed. 7 holes in my son's head. Them string him up, yellow fluid, they stuck between him legs. I can't bother with them people in the hospital and lie. And that's why people have to record things. I know then they saying to the family, but I was just only complaining about the access being swollen. Like seriously, they lay charge the things that I don't know. I don't know nothing about that. That is when we're looking at the ink, the judge say if I want a copy. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting the same thing when they said we ran out of hospital. Then change it because I screenshotted everything and I sent it to the customer care department, and they're saying that they're different. They are just the same. They're corrupt. Lord, me tired of this. Andrew, the people them too corrupt. Me don't know how people go over this if they're not frightened. Them then do too much and them so lie and them so wicked. How me must take my baby to the hospital, take her back home from the one doctor, and I try to tell the doctor to swab and check and the father do it. Like seriously, Dr. Riley? And you, Lord mercy, when I went to court, the judge, she was very puffy and upset. The court on the 18th of September was just only about, why did you go to him to come? Do you want him to lose his job? How is he going to take everything? That's all she was about, you know. I said, Mr. Dung, Mr. Matthew, what is this? While visiting the baby and the pediatric ward, I videoed the child back home to show the judge that whatever they put to pen and paper is not so, you know. And me screenshot it and I tried to present it to her, and I told her, she said, yeah, what she said, I know you would do that, and she not even look at me. Me can't believe this. I mean, she not even look at me. You know? Why? Because I went to Indicom. That of them upset, you know, she upset and she mad. And she's going to be like, at the end of this, you're going to say that I am biased. And trust me, the next time I went to court in October, it was just a mention for the court date on the 29th of November. Right? I presented information to her in regards to the child weight because she had looked at on the 18th of September a printout of the child weight scale to say, oh, the child is underweight, the child is going back to stay here, and the child not even try to explain and say the child is okay because the father was being dramatic saying that, oh, the baby is underweight and the baby is this because him and his pediatrician, which is Karen Bird, you know, them are trying to get the child away from me, and also the CDA officer, you know, them are cook up things. Because when I went to the CDA officer, she's talking about eczema upon baby. So I have to ask her if eczema is illegal. And they said the baby have ringworm. She said that. And in the meeting on the 3rd of September, when I mentioned it, she was mute because I asked the father to screenshot where in see ringworm upon the child. She mute, she not said nothing. And the father thought, well, he never said nothing pertaining to that. The father is a pathological liar. Him just lie straight off the lips. The judge know that about him because enough time him coming to court and present himself and I tell pure lies. The CDA officer and the father are very close. The father had told me that the easiest thing to get the children away from me is to take him to court. And trust me, I'm in a pack of hyena. Every time I go court, it's just me frightened. It's like the judge even looking at my face on the 28th of November. I said, based on my conduct. What conduct? Based on my conduct, I am unfit. And because I went and bent on the media, she is saying to me that if I talk to any media pertaining to what happened to the child, I am going to be fined $1 million. On the 28th of November, when we went to court, the judge said the father will get the return. Jesus Christ, I tell you, what more wickedness can the system do? So the father will molest, the police officer will molest a 9-month-old baby, must get the return of the child. And she asked the father if he have an helper and he must state the name. The father said no. He told the father that the child must not go to any daycare and he should get an helper, and I must know and I have the right to know who is going to care for the child. And she said to me that the reason why the father get the return is because she don't trust me. I would do things and said it's the father. When I understand this, me must, but in all this, here where the father tell the people them over the hospital, say we are having a custody battle. What custody battle are we having? You have taken me on the 17th of March for access to the child, and you have gained access to the child. You first received the child on the 1st of August, and from the child started to come to you, Father, the child started to get bruised. I will probably in a corner for private. I mean, take her to doctor pertaining to that. And we went into the CDA meeting and we have spoken about that. And 1 week after this, you did this to the child. And expect the daycare is supposed to get blamed. I don't know what kind of person you be. I don't know. Me just not understand. Me don't know what kind of person that you be, Father. Me don't know what kind of person you be. For do that to your own pitney. So the child of stand, so the child not stay in a daycare because they know the judge will tell you in a previous court, say your partner must not allowed with the child alone and be around the child. And if you're going to be around your partner, you know, if you're going to take the baby to your place, the partner must not be there. If she's going to be there, you should be on the road with the baby. And you get upset and the judge overturned it and said, listen, if you're going to go to the supermarket, do not leave my child with your mistress. And you find some disgusting, terrible way to hurt the child and to make it seem as if it's a daycare people do this to the child. My daughter been at the daycare with the child from she's on holiday. I'm a questioner pertaining to how them change and look after the child. 3 ladies works at the daycare. One cleans the daycare. One sit. 2 of them sit at the entrance. My child cannot walk. My child is in a crib. For them to try to blame daycare. Nothing not happen like that at the daycare, and I'm sure about that. As the child started to go to the father, everything changes. Everything changes. Bruises, all type of something. And him act like say, oh, him blind, he not seen anything. My stomach sick. We should have put a doctor over this. So they have done a lot of things to people. And the first thing them say when people find them out, you're mad, you're crazy, and call security on you. And then when hell break loose, una try to beg people, oh, we are sorry, I'm going to pay you this amount of money. Keep it down. The system is so corrupt. There's no justice in the family court system pertaining to my child when it come on to the system workers fighting and protecting each other. The judge is going to say on the 28th of November said, I don't have she's sick in a fear head. She's very sick. She don't want to call a spade a spade. They don't want to face the truth. So them just turn a blind eye. She not even question me about the child. She just assuming, oh, it's because he has taken the baby back to the daycare early. Why you think he had done this to the child? Excuse me? I mean, I never have anything like that on my mind when him say him just have about the baby early. I have that on my mind, none at all. The CD officers went to the daycare and asked how it was when the baby came there. And the daycare person explained it to the CD officer. I went after that and I asked her. And she said that's what she explained it to them. It's the same way she have explained it to me. She said when the father dropped off the baby, he was in a hurry and he gave him 2 pieces of clothes to change the baby. Right? She was attending to other children and the child was very fussy and all that. So she thought maybe she want to clean her up or she hot. And she started to wipe her down. And she said when she opened the diaper, a scent hit her. She have to turn her face. Jamaica. She have to turn her face. And she had think to herself and said, no man, how the baby smell like this? This baby don't normally smell like this no matter what. And she said when she wiped her private, some yellow things came up on it. But she said it never dawned to her to open and check the baby like that because she never even think about that. But the baby they smell very horrible. And then the CD officer is going to say to the judge, oh, it's just hygiene. Miss Cunningham Hilton. Very disgusting. I don't know how you sleeping on Miss Cunningham. When you look, one time I went to court, when you look on the picture in my phone and see that the child have bruises. And then came into the court. Because the judge instructed them to look in my phone and this stamp and time date. And they came back into the court. The court clerk said she's not an expert, but the baby private look normal. And the senior officer seconds it. And then the judge, she was very angry and all that. And then the senior officer yells at the back, it look like how you do it. And the court clerk looking at my face and say, yes, it look like how you do it for you. What them talk about Jamaica? It's obvious they came back in and they lied about it. And then they're correcting themselves without the judge because the judge so upset and mad because no go in the come. She not even hear them and say, yes, it look like how you do it for you. The hospital supposed to hold accountable for all this because they refuse to stop the baby. They want this to go under the rug because the boy a police. He is a police, They don't want this out there. The judge is going to say on the 28th of November, I don't respect the father and his job. I don't respect the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Like, what the Jamaica Constabulary Force do to my child? Nothing. Somebody work in the force, Leon Rodriguez, him do what he's supposed to do and he's supposed to be held accountable because he is not above the law. Because I'm a police and him a father, he want to do this to the people because nobody not gonna believe say me do this. Nobody not gonna believe. When I went on social media to vent about this, first thing me get cast if I come a court or if me no come a court, then go and lock me up. Me say, but what is? When I went to court, it's like them prep up the father and everything because in Karen liar, the child was there, the partner was there, and yes, and so he came for custody because the partner went on social media to vent about my personal life and the children. And I see the officer probably was on the live and reported back to the judge, right? So she's saying that, remember, on the 28th of November, the judge asked him if he have anybody for babysit, and they tell him, say, the child mustn't go on a daycare. And him say, no have nobody. So it obvious the next year is the partner will have to care for the child while he go to government work. So the judge is now saying, based on the fact that you have violated the court order, the child will be going back to Blossom Garden, that's in Montego Bay. You have let your partner babysit. The judge crazy, Remember, until you say, have nobody for babysit. And you told him not to take the baby to daycare. So the next day to go to work, who you think want care for the child, Jamaica? And true, because me went on social media and talking about it and spoke about this, she go try use the girlfriend now. If take back the baby because shame creep off her face for what she do. She not even look into. I mean, there are more than one side to this thing. This is not a story. This is a reality. And she doesn't matter how much I represent to her. She no business. Then just attack over me and a bully me. And then I come and say that in the day based on my what conduct when she gave my child to that terrible, that disgusting demon. And then I come ask me if a wickedness that and them a come ask me if me have anything to say about that. I told you, I tell you, my heart did kill me. Wickedness that premeditated, them already know them plan, and then I come and ask me. For me lose my mind, I get out so they can lock me in the system and do them want to do them fake charges. Wickedness, wicked woman, wickedness man. Wickedness, man. The fam, I don't know. The fam, that's not a family court. That is more like hell. People going through hell, I don't know, take them and put them in a place of torment. If me never went on social media to vent about this, I don't want to take by the baby from the look wicked, they look nastiness. Wicked nastiness, and I have no heart in him to do that to the poor baby. Who know what it is like to be penetrated in a second number 2 area. Wickedness to one baby not even fully wickedness, not even develop wickedness that heartless wicked father. There's a special place for you down in the deepest bottomless pit of hell. And who know doctor over there, so who know wicked. When you don't love nobody, when you don't hurt people, you just throw them under the bus wheel. When no business, when you hurt them and you just fling them under the bus with them wound already. I want them to suffer and struggle more on wickedness. They don't even know what to write in a report because I have everything in my phone. Everything, every lie they tell me, I have the receipt. Wicked man. This world over and done. And Andrew Oldness are going to come in and cover up things and protect Uno. This is not nice. Everybody want to hold this down, they don't want it out there. He knew in himself what him do. And Uno know what him do. And I know as well. But Uno feel to say how me unfit and me go up on social media. Uno not see what they not see what the young man do to him pitney. Uno not see say he's sick mentally in a female and who sick too. Because you have seen what you have done and then you try to cover it up and I try to tell me if you hush and I try to tell me say if me talk if me I go pay $1 million because me poor you want to charge me $1 million. Who I go all say everybody say oh me not want to pay $1 million me not mute my mouth. I cannot mute my mouth and I will not.